My god, the mad lad did it. He broke the crystal. There's usually some sort of comeuppance to that. But it was a pain to harvest, but it sure looks nice. This one goes right up on my wall at home. Okay, so it's just for decoration, I guess. I suppose, I imagine. I don't really know what else we have available to us right now, to be honest with you. I don't know how much we're going to get to do today, specifically. I kind of wanted to come back in to check that out. I was also kind of hoping maybe enough time had passed that we could potentially, possibly, maybe look into the pool filling up, but I don't think it's been long enough. It's only been 21 days, and it's probably going to be 30, I imagine. So realistically, there's not a lot that's happened since the last video. I can't imagine the spider's finished building his web yet either, although I guess we can go have a look at that, I suppose. I guess. It's a bit of a walk though, isn't it? And I feel like I'm just asking for disappointment. I feel like I'm just sort of tempting fate there, really, because I don't think it's been long enough. So I think maybe, yeah, we'll leave the spider for a little while. I might head over towards the moss. Might go and collect a bit more moss, just as a thing to do. But unless we stumble into something super exciting, I think it's really just going to be that, then swing back round to the gold chamber to try the mattock on it, just to see what happens. I fully expect it to take time, though. And then head home. How does that sound? I'm starting to get to the assumption that videos of the longing maybe won't be necessarily as long as those that I normally put out. Maybe they'll just be like 20 minutes long or something, you know, just a fun little snippet of what this dude's been up to lately. I think we are starting to peter off a little bit now with stuff to keep us sort of actively engrossed in this game, and it'll have to be a bit of a less regular cadence, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to assume anything just yet, because, yeah, we're not too far off a month. That spider will be building his web soon. There will be more things for us to investigate pretty soon, I think. I imagine. I foretell. Yeah, I thought this was here. Okay, cool. I don't know. That wasn't a laugh, that was a cough. I know it kind of sounded like one. I didn't find my absolute lack of anything to be particularly funny there, honestly. No, I don't know if the blue crystal is going to pay off particularly. If it turns out we get some really cool anything, or remotely cool anything from that, then maybe we'll try and collect more flavoured crystals, get a strawberry one, get a vanilla one. I think it's more likely they're just going to be used for decoration, but I honestly don't know. I don't know what we're going to use half the materials we've been collecting in this game for, so I guess we'll find out. I'm kind of intrigued to see if I can build a bed, though, which is why I'm going for more moss right now, because it said specifically about building a bed with moss and wood, and we got quite a bit of wood now, so you know, maybe. I don't know how we'll instigate it is the thing for me, though. I don't know where the trigger for building the bed will be, unless when we have enough we just go back into the room and there's just a new prompt there, just when we're hanging out in the room. Why can we not go up here? There we go. You see that? My cursor was greyed out. It was having absolutely none of going up these stairs for whatever reason. It didn't like that I stopped and picked up that coal, I guess. My fault, I suppose. I get for being greedy. I definitely don't need as much coal as I'm currently carrying. This place remains a bit of a riddle wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in an enigma, doesn't it? The library. The Berry of Lies. Not certain how we unlock that. I mean, it said we need a key, so presumably we need a key, but fuck knows where we're going to find that. Only time will tell. this right? Am I going the right way? I think I'm going the right way. It's also worth noting that he did say it would take about a month for that pool to fill up. Now I know 21 days isn't a month by anyone's estimation. It isn't even really about a month. But what if he was overestimating? We've done 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks is a good chunk of a month. A good chunk of a month. That's it. That's my whole argument. That's all I'm able to put forward here. That'll be worth something though, right? Hey, we do in fact have more moss. If nothing else, we have some semblance of a reward for coming here. Can you please? Thank you. Get it. Get all the moss. It will pay off, I swear. I swear it will. Scrape up that pond scum. That's exactly what we need right now. Imagine sleeping on a bed made of moss. Like, the video game depiction of such stuff is that it's light and fluffy and like a soft plant you could lie on, but realistically it's probably slimy. It's probably gonna start decaying pretty quickly after you just sort of dump it on a bed. Like, it's probably not gonna be the most comfortable thing to make a bed out of, honestly, but I don't know, I've been wrong before. It's amazing how often I can get away with justifying saying the most ridiculous shit. I mean, I think I'm 100% in the right this time, don't get me wrong. I am fully committing to the fact that a moss bed is probably not great. Like, if you just found some moss growing in the wild and you lay on it, yeah, okay, it might be slightly softer than laying directly on the rock beneath, I guess. But if you were to harvest it and just slap it down on a bed frame, I don't know about that one. Yeah, this is clearly nowhere near yet, is it? Clearly not even close. 11 moss isn't a bad amount of moss, though. I don't know why I can't harvest that one. It's not clear, ever, whether the bit of moss you're looking at is fully grown or if it still needs a little bit more time in the oven, a bit more time to bake. I think that bit was fine. Great, even. A wonder to behold, in fact. The joys of moss picking. Any other game, or not any other game, but most games, if I was just faced with a big cave full of moss that I can go around and arbitrarily pick up, even if it was used for like crafting healing potions or something, right? Even if it was something that was actually useful, I would not do it. I want to make that very clear. If I was playing Far Cry or something, right? And I wandered into an area where there was just a bunch of herbs I could pick to make into something useful, you know? Would not do that. I ignore crafting mechanics in basically every game I play, right? But in games where it feels the most pointless to do it, those are the games where I feel most compelled to do so. I don't know if it's because there's like more compelling gameplay I could be doing in a Far Cry game, I guess. I could be going and shooting some people off a radio tower or whatever it is you do in those games. But In this game where basically all you do is walk around and pick things up, somehow I'm more willing to walk around and pick things up. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is my patience goes a lot further for a game that I feel like is more earnestly trying to say something, right? There's some sort of message here. There's some sort of lesson to be learned. There's some big takeaway from this game, and as such, I'm willing to humour it a lot more than I would for a game that realistically, and I'm not saying there isn't a lot of passion in the AAA games industry, I'm not saying there aren't a lot of very talented people that work in it, but realistically, the main reason a Far Cry game or an Assassin's Creed game or a Call of Duty game or World of Warcraft or whatever exists is because someone out there wants to make some money off it. That's its primary reason for existing. It's not an artistic statement, no matter how much artistic talent has gone into it, right? Whereas this game, which is barely a game, I don't know, has more weight to it, I guess. Maybe it's just me being pretentious. It probably is. Probably is. I'll happily admit that I'm the sort of guy who will lean towards something made by a small team with sort of artsy, atmospheric leanings over something that might, you know, from a technical and, you know, more realistic sense be the better game made by a big team. I don't know. Something about supporting indie devs means a lot to me, I guess. On that note, let's go see if we can smash open a window and steal some gold, eh? See if we can embrace the thug life. Just bring, like, the entire nation's riches down to my little hole in the ground. Just sit on a big pile of it like Smaug. Like Bendy Dick Cucumber Batch himself. I'll never get over that video. You know, the one that did the rounds of Benedict Cumberbatch in the mocap suit doing Smaug. It's like, it's impressive commitment to the role, but it's also very, very funny. It's just very, very funny watching it. Just a man prance around acting like a dragon, and oh, you know, someone's got to do that. Someone has to do that for sure. Like, it's a genuine job that needs to be done, and it takes a lot of talent to do, but it's still very funny to watch it. And honestly, I think the most talent comes from, like, the director in the room, and the cameramen, and, you know, the mocap artists and everything in the room, who are not laughing at it. Who are able to watch that happen and not just take the piss, because that's an impressive skill in and of itself, honestly. For trues and for reals. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting richer. We're dying trying. The treasure behind is nearly... Let's try that again. The treasure is behind a nearly impenetrable window of crystal glass. Not that I could make much use of it anyway. Could try to break the glass with my mattock. It certainly seems like a bad idea. Try it anyway. Oh. Oh. Well, that was a complete failure. I'd like to point out that even though I lost the mattock, we know where there is another mattock. We just need to work out how to gain access to it. And also, we did make a dent in the glass. There is a mark here now. Which sort of makes me want to try again. Hang on. I want to check something. I want to see what happens if I leave and come back in. I want to see if my Matic mark remains. I see now why they give you access to multiple Matics, though. Very easy mistake to make, trying to attack the bulletproof glass with the pickaxe. Yeah, look, my little mark's still there. I've made a lasting impact on this glass. Use Matic. Aww. Well, I got a crystal out of my Matic. That paid off, right? I don't know how we're supposed to get to the other one we saw. I really don't. Because it was like through the floor. I don't know if something's going to happen up there, some sort of erosion or something at some point that will allow us to explore that mine area a little bit more freely. Who knows? Who can say? All we can really do on that note is wait, really. See what happens. I say I do want to head back up there in a few days' time. See if the spider has made any headway on his web. It's a very long way away though. And I really don't think it's been enough time yet for it to actually have done anything, so. For now, we wait. I do want to make sure I do a drawing today. Keep decorating my little hole. Speaking of little hole, I'm aware that sounds like a bum hole now that I said it twice in a row, and I'm sorry about that. This really feels like something, doesn't it? I know it's not. I know the game is insistent that it's not. I keep seeing this and thinking this looks more like a cave that I can go through than half the caves that I've gone through in this game. Like, it's clearly a thing, but it's not a thing. How can this be? Schrodinger's thing, that's what that is. Can we, like, go behind the king, by the way? The secret's over here? No? Okay. You never know. I've not tried it, so. I think it was worth trying to make it pay off. I wonder what happens if we try and wake the king up. I know we've been told not to. I'm kind of feeling rebellious, honestly. He broke my Matic. It's his fault for putting all that treasure there. What if I do a bad thing? I kind of don't want to lose my 21 days of progress, though, is the thing. Like, if I wake him up and the game's like, fuck you, you woke him up too early, game over, then I'm going to be a little bit mad about that. King is in a deep slumber, I'll have to wait for a long time. Okay, so I just can't. That's good, then. That's fine. There's one thing I absolutely want to do, now that I'm in here, before I forget. You wanna... I'll have to press remember. I forgot the mechanics. There we go. Return here at any time now. Much better. Wanna play a little bit of music? Wanna serenade us? I love how it's never the same note, but he always just plays one note over and over again. Like listening to Swans, another symphony for the ages. Let's do a little drawing. You like my pretentious music joke there? Oh, it was pretty good. We've not found any yellow yet. Coldplay will be very disappointed. Look at me with the pretentious music jokes. Holy hell. Shouldn't be too hard to find it somewhere in the caves. Well, I've tried my best, man. Tried my best. Blue. Oh. I like Journey. Just a small town girl. Oh, wow, okay. No, I think I want to do Journey. I think I want to paint a little boat. I love that the shade knows what a boat is. He's never seen a body of water. The most water he's ever seen is this little trickle just dribbling into his little homestead. But he has like an innate primal knowledge of what a boat is, of what an ocean is. And he dreams of it. If that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. Like the crystal on the wall, by the way. We have added a crystal to our wall. If only we'd held on to the mattock, we could probably have added more. Oh well. Next time. Next mattock. That's going to be the keeper. Gonna mine so many crystals with that bad boy. Get a red one, get a white one. I can't remember anywhere else, any other kind of crystals we've seen, but there might be others out there. All you need is the red, white and blue though. Am I right, America? Just asking the continent in general. Sure someone will agree with me. It is funny how we just say America. I mean, we should say the US, right? The States or whatever. But we regularly just call the place America. Which is, you know, quite a few countries. Two whole continents, in fact. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Did we ever look at the hourglass? Since this place is getting more homey, I feel like the time is going faster. He's right, you know. The time is going faster. Is that just because we're looking at the hourglass, or? No, just being in here in general makes time go faster. Okay, that's interesting. We don't even have to read anymore. Cool. That's very good to know, actually. Still nowhere near making a blue fire or a smelly fire, but we can make a regular fire quite comfortably, so let's do that. And honestly, I think that about does it for today. As I say, my videos normally go quite a bit longer than this, but I think this series is going to be a bit of an exception. So sit back, read. Oh, hang on. Okay, I've not read this. I mean, I read this, but I don't think I read the rest of the pages. The king warned me that I should never leave the caves. I wonder what exactly he meant by that. I wish I could dream of another place. I'd like to explore the caves, but I feel the presence of some great darkness lurking somewhere. Where is this darkness? Will I ever overcome it? I could really use a map of the kingdom. The cave is supposedly full of hidden places. I wonder when I will have discovered every part of the cave. So far I haven't seen anything. I have seen a little bit. I have seen lots of places, but not everything. I have seen nearly every area of the cave. Okay. Doing pretty well. There's a secret library somewhere in the kingdom. I could use some more books, so I'd very much like to find it. I really need to read more. My dream would be to find a book that never ends. Moby Dick's pretty fucking long, man. Could use some running water in my home, not that I have a need for hygiene, I just like the sound. Luckily, I don't need to eat, but it would be nice to grow some pretty mushrooms. It's very lonely down here. From time to time, it would be nice to see another pair of eyes. I'd really like to converse with someone, anyone. We've done that. That was the wall. Sometimes a beautiful melody is playing in my head. I wish I could play my favourite tune on my instrument to ease the pain of solitude. I mean, I made your instrument for you, man. It's your problem if you can't play it very well. I should make a list of my failings. Maybe that would be a small accomplishment at least. Sure. Well, I can't think of anything right now. I guess I'll just continue waiting in loneliness. I guess it's good. I've got like a tally of things. I've done pretty well, actually. Done pretty well. I just need to find one more colour, do a little bit more. Wait, did I skip a page somehow? Yeah, idle reading skipped a page and I didn't even notice. I've learned that only a fool tries to reach the end of eternity. That's not crossed off though, so maybe I do need to explore the eternal hallway a little bit more. Since I have more spare time while I'm waiting, I should try and make use of it. After all, time goes faster if you keep your mind occupied. My home is not comfortable enough for this long wait. I wish I had more colours for my art studies. I try to enlarge my home by hacking through the walls. If only I started a matic, eh? There are crystals in many colours. I could harvest some of them and decorate my room. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have to get another matic. It's very clear. And then some other bits and pieces need doing as well. But yeah, I didn't realise we had like a quest objective book here. I thought this literally was just this. I thought this was all that Thoughts was, but he's been updating it, it seems. I'm going to leave him reading The Goose Girl. Probably not much for him to sink his teeth into here, but I'm sure he'll have a very good time of it. And I will be back to this in a few days, probably. See how that spider's getting on. Until then, I'll see you. Bye.